Welcome back, dear friends. In our last video, we explored Stoic detachment, the wisdom of accepting what lies beyond our control, whether events or others' actions. Stoics remind us that happiness comes from within. But does this mean a true Stoic should live in isolation? No man is an island. Ancient Stoics believed in cooperation and duty, even while stressing independence from external influences. Duty, alongside our thoughts, opinions, and choices, was one of the few things they said lies within our control. But how do we practice duty? Through justice, dikaiosune, one of the four cardinal virtues, rooted in fairness, integrity, and honesty. Since Stoicism requires us to pause before reacting, we can use these values as guides. Machine learning offers a parallel, semi-supervised learning. Just as justice combines known principles with openness to the unknown, semi-supervised learning blends labeled and unlabeled data. Our labeled data are the values we hold: fairness, integrity, honesty. Our unlabeled data are the surprises we encounter in others' words and actions. Our task, like the algorithms, is to interpret the unknown in light of the known. The first step is clarity about what we stand for. In ML, this is feature importance, selecting the most relevant inputs. William B. Irvine advises treating others fairly, even when wronged. Some see this as humility, others as weakness. But for a Stoic, it's integrity. Feature selection uses two tools. Correlation highlights how values reinforce each other. For example, self-accountability links both fairness and integrity. Mutual information signals the ability to update our beliefs when new evidence arises, staying honest enough to adjust our stance. Sometimes one value outweighs another. For instance, fairness may call us to forgive, while integrity demands firmness. ML preprocessing offers an analogy: scaling. Normalization, min-max scalar, compresses values into a 0 to 1 range, letting us judge actions by urgency or impact. Standardization, standard scalar, recenters values around the mean, reflecting long-standing norms we consistently uphold. Scaling ensures we weigh values proportionally, not impulsively. Semi-supervised learning often starts with self-training. Labeled data train a base model, which then assigns pseudo-labels to unlabeled examples with high confidence. Both the real and the pseudo-labels are retained till the unlabeled data is arranged according to similarities. In life, this mirrors how we interpret others. We project assumptions, positive or unresolved, onto them. Our pseudo-labels reflect our biases, but over time, these get tested against reality. The self-training classifier includes an estimator to predict labels, max iterations or the number of training rounds, thresholds for probability scores, and a fit method to assign pseudo-labels. Let's see how Stoics would integrate such dynamics in their lives. First, we extract our real labels. Massimo Pigliucci advocates towards having role models who guide us both when alive or gone. Observation, imitation, and integrating references is the path to acquire new habits and values, according to Bandura's social learning theory. Second, we approach others, or the unlabeled data, with openness. Positive psychology tells us we naturally seek the good in people. Humanistic psychology reminds us of their growth potential. Openness therefore provides an unexpected strategy to cultivate judgment and tame reactivity, which is usually expressed through projections rooted in unprocessed and unresolved issues we're not aware of. Our third step is to form pseudo-labels by observing recurring qualities while holding Stoic detachment. As Naval Ravikant advises, play long-term games with long-term people. In self-training, the semi-supervised classifier learns from the unlabeled data. Detachment keeps us grateful for what others offer, without demanding more. The other semi-supervised learning strategy we could explore is the co-training, which has two models simultaneously trained on a small data set, approached from two conditionally independent perspectives of the same data, for example, text and metadata. In real life, we can identify conditionally independent perspectives in human compatibility. Our Stoic moral values exist as standalone entities, regardless of the people we come across and their actions. Both our moral code and their actions are independent manifestations. Our decision to include these people in our life and to respond to their behavior shifts these manifestations into conditionally independent. The goal behind training is to distinguish complementary and independent information. Though scikit-learn lacks a native co-training classifier, we can implement it by splitting features into two views and training separate learners. Each passes confident labels to the other, refining accuracy. In human terms, this means reflecting before reacting. Detachment wipes away irrational assumptions and allows complementary perspectives to emerge. How would co-training manifest itself in real life? Ryan Holiday reminds us that the best leaders serve, not command. In machine learning, co-training appears to reflect the transformational leadership style, which is praised for high productivity and team loyalty, by empowering through idealized influence, inspirational motivation, intellectual stimulation, and individualized consideration. Deshai and Ryan's self-determination theory explains why people flourish when their needs for competence, connection, and autonomy are met. By serving others while staying anchored in values, a Stoic both grows personally and nurtures growth in others.